Why is everyone suddenly switching off their dopamine? Pause. Let's clear one thing up first. You can't switch off dopamine. Dopamine is a core neurotransmitter. It drives motivation, learning, movement, focus. No dopamine, no drive. So what are people actually doing when they say dopamine detox? They're reducing overstimulation. They're removing cheap dopamine hits so the brain can reset its sensitivity and rebuild focus. Here's the problem we're facing right now. We live in a slot machine world. Infinite scroll, autoplay, push notifications, sugar salt fat combos engineered to hijack craving. Every ping, every swipe, every like teaches the brain, do less, get more. Result? Shorter attention spans, less motivation for deep work, a constant fog of meh. That's why the switch-off dopamine trend exploded. People are tired of feeling distracted, numb, and addicted to tiny hits, while their long-term goals gather dust. But here's the truth you need to know. Dopamine isn't about pleasure. It's about pursuit. It spikes when we anticipate rewards, not just when we get them. So if life is filled with micro-pursuits, scroll, tap, swipe, the brain keeps chasing crumbs instead of meals. So what does a real reset look like? Not quitting dopamine, quitting cheap dopamine. Step 1. Identify your hyperpalatable loops. Which activities deliver big stimulation with low effort and low consequences? Common culprits: endless social feeds, short-form video spirals, junk food grazing, porn binges, rapid-fire multitasking, constant notification checking. These aren't bad in all cases. They're just engineered to be too easy, too rewarding, too often. Step 2. Build a 7-day stimulation audit. For 1 week, reduce or remove the highest frequency hits. Disable non-human notifications. Move social apps off the home screen. No screens for the first and last 60 minutes of the day. Eat real meals at set times, no constant snacking. Replace scroll gaps with a 5-minute walk, breath work, or staring out the window. This isn't a punishment. It's recalibration. Step 3. Rebalance with hard dopamine. Hard dopamine equals rewards that require effort, skill, or deep work. Sprints 30 to 60 minutes on a single task. Strength training or zone 2 cardio. Learning a skill, instrument, language, code, design. Creating instead of consuming, writing, drawing, building. Hard dopamine trains the brain to enjoy the chase, not just the click. Step 4. Use friction and funnels. Your environment beats your willpower. Phone in another room during work blocks. Website blockers during key hours. Grayscale mode for the phone if visuals pull you in. Batch time wasters. 1 20 to 30 minute scroll window instead of 30 micro hits all day. The goal isn't perfection. It's containment. Step 5. Replace the spike with a slope. Spikes feel amazing, then crash. Slopes are steady and satisfying. Morning sunlight, 5 to 10 minutes. Hydration and protein early. A low-stimulus morning. Movement, journaling, or intentional boredom. One important task finished before noon. That single completion can carry motivation through the day. Step 6. Expect the withdrawal wobble. When you cut easy hits, the first 48 to 72 hours can feel empty, restless, bored, irritable. That's normal. It's the brain recalibrating its baseline. Hold the line for a few days, and baseline motivation returns often stronger. Step 7. Make weekends your reset window. 1 deep boredom block. 60 to 120 minutes with no phone, no music, no content. Walk, sit, think. 1 long-form attention workout, a book chapter, a lecture, a project. 1 creative sprint. Make something anything you can finish. These are anti-fragile habits for your attention. Let's address 3 common myths. Myth 1. Dopamine detox cures everything. Reality. It's a tool, not a miracle. If sleep, stress, nutrition, movement, and social connection are broken, no detox will fix motivation. Myth 2. Pleasure is bad. No. Pleasure is fine. But high-frequency, low-effort pleasure crowds out meaningful pursuit. We're not removing joy. We're restoring contrast. Myth 3. If I cut stimulation, life will be boring. At first, yes. Then, surprisingly, life gets richer. Conversations feel deeper. Books become interesting again. Work feels fulfilling. The volume drops, so the music returns. Here's a simple 14-day protocol to try. Days 1 to 3, reboot. No screens for last 60 minutes. Kill non-human notifications. 1 45-minute deep work block daily. 20 minutes daylight plus a walk. Eat 3 set meals, no grazing. Days 4 to 7, recalibrate. Phone out of room for 2 deep work blocks. 30 minutes skill practice. 45 to 60 minutes exercise any. Batch social to a single 20-minute window. Days 8 to 14, rebuild. 2 60-minute deep blocks daily. Keep social batching. 1 long-form attention session. Read or learn for 45 plus minutes. 1 creative ship. Publish or finish something weekly. Signals it's working. Less urge to check. Longer stretches of focus. Work feels easier to start. Evenings feel calmer. Sleep improves. Remember, the goal isn't to switch off dopamine. It's to switch off the constant slot machine, so real motivation can come back online. You don't need a perfect detox. You need a better default. If this resonated, save this video, share it with someone stuck in the scroll, and comment slope greater than spike. So I know you're building the long game.